Hey, Captain. Welcome to my financial journey where I share my plans, my steps, so that you can implement in your own life. So let's begin. In this video, I will take you through what my financial plan looks like to get out of debt and being broke to at least somewhere where I can survive. So let's begin. So the first thing I learned from Robert Kiyosaki was investing is a plan. It is not a product like stocks, bonds, unit trust, land. It is not a process like trading or holding or exchanging, whichever it is. It is investing is a plan, meaning how you bring all of them together. Now, though investing is a plan, investing is also a very personal plan, meaning what I will do with my money is very different from what you will do with your money. Your needs right now or your wants right now are very different from mine. So as I show you what my plan is, don't think about it in the sense of, now I wonder why he'd be so stupid to do that, or I wonder why he's going in this direction. It should be more of, okay, so this is the reasoning behind him choosing this vehicle instead of this other vehicle. In my case, what vehicle would suit my needs more? So think about it this way. When you go to the gym, I can't go to the gym for you. You can't go to the gym for me. So you can have an instructor, you can have someone that shows you lift it this way, pull it this way, do it whatever way, but they can't exercise your muscles for you. Same to your finances. No one is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. So what we're going to go through with you is me showing you how I'm planning to save myself. And I'm hoping it will inspire you enough that you can do something about it for yourself. So again, this is a financial journey. And like any journey, like going to the coast, going to Naivasha, going anywhere, you need to first know where you are to be able to get to where you want to go. And then the thing in between is, what steps do I need to take to get from where I am to where I need to go? So where am I? And a simple way of figuring this out is, let me ask you a question. Income minus expenses. Is it a negative number, zero number or close to zero, or a positive number? So that's the same thing I did for myself. And when I looked at my income minus my expenses, I got a negative number. Not an impressive way to live, and it is honestly scary. Don't mind me looking down because I'm using the slides to figure out what to say next. So the first thing that I did was I wrote down my finances just to figure out where I am. And I took a deep dive into it because among the things people tell you to do in these financial videos is reduce your expenses, but they don't specify what exactly am I reducing. Am I reducing the size of my house? Am I reducing how much I spend on shopping? Am I reducing, things related to your life? So I did the same for my life, and I looked at my expenses and realized my expenses are mostly concentrated on debt. Fine, my lifestyle is a bit pricey, but when I'm looking at it, I pay more in debt than I do for my life. Have a look at what I mean. So I've used my rent as the SI unit. Stating my actual numbers won't make any difference to you because, again, personal finance is very personal. Your rent might be 150,000. I don't know. So I'm using the rent as the SI unit so that you can be able to plug in your own numbers and see where you stand. And these are the expenses that I presently have. So my earned income is about 2.95 of my rent. And that's my only source of income at the moment. I pay about 0.88 of my rent in taxes. My home takes up about 0.63 of the equivalent of my rent. Bank loans about 0.74. Mobile loans and friends loans, and this ones tends to be the most. Looking at the statistics from Akinatala and the like, about 2.22%. I pay about 0.93 in my credit card, and my total expenses are about 6.4 of my rent, meaning about 6 months worth of my rent are my expenses, including rent. So my income minus my expenses is about negative 3.45. So on the right, I've used examples. Say my rent was about 10,000. I'd be looking at a salary of about 29.5 thousand. I pay about 8,800 in taxes. My home spends about 6,300. Bank loans is about 7,400. My outstanding loans from friends and mobile is about 22,200. My credit card, I pay about 9,300, and my total expense would come to 64,000. So that means my income minus my expenses will be about negative 34,500, meaning every month, either get into more debt of about 34,500 or not pay them. Now, the sad part is for the last 6 months of 2019, I had to get into more and more debt to be able to sustain my life, and thus the negative situation that I've gotten myself in. This is actually about 6 months worth of mismanagement of my finances. But like in most cases, until you identify what the problem is, you cannot fix it. So what I realized in terms of this is, have you ever been in a situation where you go out, you entertain your friends, and then the next day you're looking at your M-Pesa balance, you're looking at your bank statement, and you're thinking, God, what was the point? Yeah. So a good amount of my debts were related to that, aside from a few family-related crises. But either way, my debt situation is avoidable if I can increase my sources of income or reduce my overall expenses. So, in terms of the financial independence journey, I'm at something called stage 0. Now, stage 0 is typically denoted by the fact that you need external help to meet your living obligation or your expenses in a month. So in this case, it would be family and friends coming through, helping me out, pay my bills, or loan ups coming through, helping me out, pay my bills. Either way, it means from my only source of income at the moment, I cannot be able to match my living expenses. So just like I wrote here, I either need to get into more debt to cover the negative 3.45 or delay paying off my debts until I get some more cash flow coming in, or create an extra income to match my shortfall. So on my part, I've decided the last two make a lot of sense. Create an extra income. This being in the digital age means I want to create. There's a book by Tim Ferriss called 4-Hour Workweek. He talks about creating a lifestyle business. The idea is creating an asset that finances your lifestyle without really exchanging time for that money. And with the internet and the fact that we have so much power in our phones these days, I believe that's the direction I'll take. Delaying in paying off debts, it's risky because it means I'm messing up my credit. And in some cases, I will definitely be hurt by the increasing, what are they called? Charges that come with it. But I am not getting into more debt. So that's a decision I made. I'm not getting into more debt to cover my expenses. So either delay my expenses and increase my income, or still delay my expenses and figure out how to reduce my overall, delay my debts, paying my debts, and figure out how to reduce my overall expenses. I don't like that second one too much because I don't believe in scarcity. I like where I live. I like my lifestyle as it is. So the question is, how can I afford it? So what's next? Like I stated, I'm in stage 0, which is financial dependence, and the next stage is financial solvency. Solvency means my income minus expenses is either a 0 number or a positive number. I can take care of my basic needs on what I earn. So in my case, it's increasing how much I earn. So in my job, I'm not able to do that at the moment. It'll take some time before it reflects in my salary if I'm going to get an increase. But the first thing I can be able to do is create an asset. So an asset is anything that puts money in your pocket. And at the moment, that's the direction I'm going to take. So this asset needs to meet a specific threshold, which is how can I quickly generate the missing 3.45 every month so that my net cash flow is zero. In the next video, I'll break down exactly how I'm going to do that or how I'm currently doing that. But the visuals of my financials, so this is my cash flow statement. My income will have increased to 6.40 from 2.95 because now I have my earned income. And what I've stated here is my passive income minus the outstanding taxes on it. So the net is about 3.45. So at the end of the day, I won't have extra cash, but the extra 3.45 will help me pay down my outstanding debts. And as they reduce, my net cash flow increases. And that's the whole idea of this process, that I am expanding my means. I am increasing my tents. I think that was in the Bible or something. But I am increasing how much I can be able to accommodate. So it does require a lot of work, and in the next video, I'll go through it. But I just wanted to introduce you to the reasoning. So in your case, your income minus your expenses, are you at a zero number, negative number, or a positive number? You can write this down on a piece of paper. Just look at it. Use your rent as your SI unit. If you pay 10,000, 5,000, 80,000, 30,000, doesn't matter, 20,000. Either way, write it down. The numbers are yours. You can share it with a friend, or we can do it together like I'm doing it right now. Just get it done, because the only person that's coming to save your finances is you. And if you take responsibility for your finances, you will develop the skill to be able to not only save yourself, you can be able to save your loved ones. So what attitude do I have going through this? You know, have you ever played any video game? So I love God of War. That's why I used it here. And some of these bosses that it has are insane. You will spend 2 hours trying to kill a boss. Like this one I'm picturing here took me a while before I was able to maliza him. And it gets frustrating. You fail continuously. And at the end of the day, you know, deep inside you, you want to finish it, and you will finish it. And that's the only reason whenever you die, you go back, you do it again. This journey will not be easy. If it was easy, everyone will do it, but it's going to be worth it. The sense of satisfaction, seeing yourself having achieved that level of success is amazing. Like, that's why I'm pushing myself to do this. So the attitude I have going into this is that I will succeed no matter what, irrespective of how many times I fail, irrespective of how many assets I create and crumble. I will continuously seek an asset that can match and surpass my expenses. So in the next video, we'll go through the steps I'm taking to shift from financial dependent to financially solvent. And I'm using the 80-20 rule. I'm not a big believer in working hard. I'm a big believer in working smart. So what am I going for? I'm going for time. I want more time to live the life I want. I want more time to spend with my family. I want more time to figure out what makes me excited as a person. And I'm not going to be able to do that if I'm spending 16-hour days working on my business. I'm not knocking anyone that does that. Again, I told you, personal finance is very personal. If you're the kind of person that needs to grind continuously, good for you. Push it in that direction. For me, I commit an hour, 2 hours to something, and then I lose interest. I need that change of activity to keep me vibrant. So again, I'm hinting on how bad of an employee I am. I probably have 2 to 3 hours of productive time. The other time, you don't have my mind. But my point is this. I'm looking for something that will allow me to have maximum income with minimal effort. So that's the direction I'm going for. I'm creating a lifestyle business. So until I see you in the next one, hopefully you've written down your expenses, you've looked at them, and let's meet in the next one and I'll show you exactly how I'm going from dependent to solvent. All right, thanks for your time. Hit the like button. Have a good one. See you on the next one.